Children, I hope you are all doing fine. Okay, let's go to the new topic. This week we are going to study a new poem. What is the unit name? Do you remember? Yes, native place. Native place. What are we studying about? Village, isn't it? So this poem also related to a village side. Right. Who gives us food? Who grows food for us? Do you know? Yes, farmers. If farmers are not there, we cannot get food at all, isn't it? So, we all should respect them, and we cannot imagine without him our earth will be a barren one. Do you know what is barren? Empty. If he is not there, if the farmers are not there, there won't be any crops, there won't be any fertility in the earth. Right. Do you know there is a friend for the farmer? Do you know him? Who is he? Yes, it is the earthworm. See this picture? I am showing a picture. These are earthworms. Have you seen these? Right. Children, you might have seen when we dig a deep pit. Now, let's learn a poem about the friend of farmer. I'll read the poem. You listen carefully. Farmer's friend. Often seen as filth, but gives the soil good health. To give the farmer handful wealth, shy to show its looks, toils often on fishing hooks. To give the fisher something to cook, plows the soil before farmer, use not the chemicals to harm her. Praise our motherland's armor. Be humble like a worm, perform your work to charm. Will be free from any kind of charm. I'll read once again. Often seen as filth, but gives the soil good health. To give the farmer handful wealth, shy to show its looks, toils often on fishing hooks. To give the fisher something to cook, plows the soil before farmer, use not chemicals to harm her. Praise our motherland's armor. Be humble like a worm, perform your work to charm, will be free from any kind of harm. Right. Shall I explain this, children? Okay. We'll go to the new words. Filth. Look at the picture. Filth. Dirty or ugly. Filth means dirt or ugly. Next, plows. Plows means tills. Look at the picture. Usually we see this kind of scenes in the villages. Plows means tills. Next, armor. Protective covering. Armor means protective covering. The soldiers used to wear this, isn't it, in order to protect themselves in the war. Next, toils. Toils means work hard. Toils, works hard. Look at the picture. He was sweating. So, toils means works hard. Fishing hook. This is the picture of the fishing hook. Have you seen this? A fisherman uses this to catch fish. A fisherman uses this to catch fish. Next. Reward. Reward means prize. Reward means prize. Shall we see what the good things the earthworm does for the farmer and what we can learn from the earthworm. I'll read each stanza and explain, okay? Often seen as filth, but gives the soil good health, to give the farmer handful wealth. When we see the worms, it looks dirty. The meaning of filth, isn't it? It looks dirty. Have you seen the picture? Right. But it is healthy to the soil. It gives healthy to the soil. What is the meaning healthy? It makes the soil fertile. This is the reward for the farmer because he gets a good harvest only if the land is fertile. That is his wealth. You understand the first stanza? Right. We'll go to the second one. Shy to show its looks, toils often on fishing hooks, to give the fisher something to cook. The worm is so shy that it never comes out of the earth, comes out of the land, but it toils when it is hooked in the fishing hook. I have shown a picture, isn't it? Fishing hooks. They will keep the earthworm on the pointed thing and they use for fishing in order to give the fisherman something to cook. See how toiled she is, isn't it? We should learn from them this kind of because of the toil, it won't hurt. It is helping the fisherman, right? Plows the soil before the farmer, use not the chemicals to harm her, praise our motherland's armor. The earthworm plows the land before the farmer plows. So, we should not use any chemical. Chemicals here means fertilizers, isn't it? Sometimes we use fertilizers to make the thing fertile. The poet praises the worm as the armor of the land. What is armor? It is the protecting covering of a soldier. It becomes the armor for the land. So the poet calls this as a motherland's armor. Be humble like a worm, perform your work to charm, will be free from any kind of harm. We should learn many things from this earthworm. We should be very humble. We should do our best with cheerfulness, and we would be free from any harm. We should not do any harm to others, but we should do our work. Okay, children? Do you understand the qualities of an earthworm? Right. Shall I read the poem once again? Okay. Often seen as filth, but gives the soil good health, to give the farmer handful wealth. Plows the soil before the farmer, use not the chemicals to harm her, praise our motherland's armor. Shy to show its looks, toils often as fishing hooks, to give the fisher something to cook. Be humble like a worm, perform your work to charm, will be free from any kind of harm. Okay, children, shall we go to the activities now? Look at the first activity. Match the rhyming words. Rhyming words, I think you all know. You have to match it. Only one example I'll tell you. Filth. The last sound rhyming with wealth. Filth, wealth. Can you do the others? Right. B. Fill in the blanks. It plows soil before. You look at the poem and write the answer, right? It is used in the fisher's dash. We do not use dash in the soil. Be humble like a dash. C. Answer the questions. How do we see the earthworm often? You look at the poem. In the first sentence itself, you can see the answer. Second question. What does it give to the farmer? What does it give to the farmer? It is in the second stanza. You search the answer. Why don't we use chemicals? Chemicals means fertilizers. Why don't we use chemicals? Fourth one, how do we work? We learn so many things from the earthworm, isn't it? How do we work? We should be humble. We should not do any harm while doing our work. Right? These are the answers. You write and send to me. Then this poem is a memoriter. Do you know what is memoriter? You have to memorize the poem. Right? Three lines you study well and write without seeing the 3 lines. Then come to the second stanza, write those 3 lines and all together write 6 lines. Like that you study all the 12 lines. Is it okay? Okay, do the best. Thank you.